Hey everybody, and welcome back to Lindsay's Little Library. So I'm here today with a little bit of a different video for everyone. I was talking with Sarah from Sarah's Nightstand. I'll leave a link to her channel below. Kind of over the last week about just everything that's going on and being home, working from home or not working from home, being home with kids, just a lot of stay-at-home orders that are out there right now, which is perfect and need to be there, and it's for our safety, but also for our sanity. What are we gonna do? And we were just talking about how amazed we were with the number of options that different companies are putting out there for people to do or participate in or whatever it might be to kind of help us get through this whole crazy, scary time. So we decided to come up with a tag. Now, it's not full-on bookish related, but I think everybody on our channels can relate to this, and we're calling it the Spread Resources Not COVID tag. So let's spread some resources, right? So we have 8 different prompts that we want to share with you that kind of kicked off some inspiration for us, and the different resources or different ideas that we found or came up with that pertain to those prompts. And of course, we always encourage you guys, if you want to take these and make your own video and kind of spread around what's out there. I'm sure this doesn't even encompass a fraction of the ideas and resources and thoughts that are out there for everybody right now, but hopefully some of them are new to you, sound cool, and it gives you something to do. So prompt number 1, of course, because we're book people, we're gonna talk about book deals. So there's a couple of cool things out there. Amazon has Kindle Unlimited right now, and they're giving you the first 2 months for free, right? It's kind of like the library where you're borrowing a book, but you don't have a set time limit, and it's all you can read on your Kindle or a tablet or a smartphone or even on a laptop or computer. So I recently signed up for it for the next couple months at least. Because there's a couple books where I don't have the second book to them, and I'm fine reading on a Kindle. I also have a ton of books on my bookshelf that I don't necessarily want to buy these, but going through Hoopla or the Libby or Overdrive app right now is a little crazy because that's where a lot of people are going for their free ebooks. Using those library apps and those library resources, which is fantastic, but it's kind of hard to get specific books that you're looking for. So if you're just looking to browse for something, absolutely go to Libby or Hoopla or Overdrive and do that. But if you're wanting something specific, most likely it is available through Kindle Unlimited, and you get that for as long as you need to read it, and it is free for the first 2 months. After that, I think it's $9.99 a month, something like that. So we'll see. Audible also, oh, and I do want to point out, I'm going to have links to all of these things. Anything that has a link, I'm going to put it below in the description so that you can easily find it. But my second kind of bookish recommendation is Audible has children books for free for as long as schools are closed, which is pretty flippin' cool. So I know for my kids, my son is in 1st grade, and so he has to have 20 minutes of independent reading, as well as he needs to read or be read to. So every so often, if I'm in a pinch, I've been doing the Audible book for him so he can listen to that, and it's pretty awesome selection. So I'll leave a link to that down below as well. So category number 2 is anything artsy. I'm sure the majority of you have heard that Mo Willems is doing lunchtime doodles. I think it's every day around noon, and I think it's continuing to going on as of now. If not, they're all on YouTube, so you can go back and watch them. Again, link is below, so that's pretty fun. My kids have really enjoyed doing that, but they're also huge Mo Willems fans. He has a very calming presence, and so it feels very just relaxing when we're watching him and doing those doodles. The other one that I'm going to leave a link below is a company called Strathmore. It's they make art, or they produce art paper or art supplies, and on their Facebook page they are doing a bit of a challenge. They're calling it Together with Art Challenge, and so every day there's a daily prompt for you to create some sort of artistic interpretation of that daily prompt, and then you're encouraged to include a heart somewhere on that piece of art to symbolize hope, to symbolize that you are thinking of family, that you're thinking of healthcare workers, whatever that might be, but encouraging people to put a piece of heart, some heart in there somewhere, and then post your piece of art on Instagram using the hashtag Together with Art. So that's a really cool thing. I like the challenges. It's probably, they do have some tutorials on their Facebook page as well, but more older kids / adult. It wouldn't necessarily be younger kids, but the Together with Art challenge, the daily prompts definitely could help, or it could be used with young kids as well. So that one's super cool. All right, category number 3, entertainment, movies, shows, whatever it might be out there. I think it's really cool that Disney is it Disney or Pixar? Whatever, same thing. That Onward was released for us to view early when it was really just meant for theaters right now. Obviously, you can't go to theaters necessarily, although I wish my theater you could like go and buy popcorn at least, because I do miss that, but I understand it, I get it. So you can already buy Onward through, I know I saw it on Amazon Prime or Apple TV, I believe. The same thing's happening with the new Trolls movie that's coming out, or I have seen this as a time for me to binge watch a show I've been looking forward to lately, and the one that I've binge watched lately, are you ready for this? Is called The Ms. and Mrs. So this I have found, I think we found it on Hulu, all of the episodes, and this follows The Miz. He's a WWE wrestler and his wife, and it is hilarious. It's not, if you don't like wrestling, that's fine. I'm not a huge fan of wrestling. My husband definitely is, and so this is kind of where it came from because he loves it so much, but there's not a lot of wrestling in it. It's just like a reality show about them, and they are so flippin' funny. It's so funny. Highly entertaining. Very lighthearted. Check it out. Prompt number 4 is cooking. So I did, although I have been a little obsessed with watching Food Network. We had it on like all weekend. So I'm very inspired to cook a lot lately. But if you want to get your kids into the kitchen, there's a Facebook group that I found called Yummy Sprout. And I believe every Thursday they do a kids cooking lesson at noon. They tell you the supplies needed, I think a day or two beforehand, and it's all been really stuff that most people have in their pantries. Simple recipes that you can get for free, and then you can cook together through a Facebook Live that they're demonstrating how to make the recipes. So it's really fun. It's cute. I watched at least one of them, and it gets my kids really more interested in the kitchen as well. So Yummy Sprout, again, link below for that one. Number 5 is Freebies. Again, lots of freebies out there. Fender is giving away 3 months of free guitar lessons. Again, link is below if you happen to have a guitar laying around. I know a friend of mine, Julie, literally does, and so she sent me that, and I'm like, well, that's pretty sweet. I don't have a guitar, but I think it's pretty sweet. I thought I'd share it with you. Allie Edwards. So I'm not sure if any of you know, I'm also a scrapbooker, card maker. I sew things, I crochet, I love to do all of that stuff. So Allie Edwards actually is giving away her project class bundle through her website. Again, link is below. You do have to put in the code Learn More. It's originally a $30 class, and it's for free. I'm using it to kind of help inspire me to document what is happening right now. I think, and I'm helping my kids kind of do that too. I'll talk about, actually, yeah, my Boredom Busters, I'll talk about that. But I think it's important to document what is happening right now. It also helps me, reading helps me, but getting my thoughts on a piece of paper also helps me now, and just something to come back to however many years later and be like, you know what, we went through that, and it was crazy and insane, yet here are some really cool things we learned from it. So if you're looking for how to kind of document that, Ellie Edwards is amazing, and she'll definitely inspire you. Another freebie that I have noticed has been coming up, I know locally, my local YMCA, all of the trainers there have been putting free workout classes on YouTube, and I know a number of other gyms have been doing a very similar thing, but I think that's a really great idea to help us continue to keep moving. I have been lacking on that. Last week I really didn't do much of anything, which is not good, so we're going to get back on the bandwagon. It's going to happen, but check out and see if your local YMCA or local gym has any free classes. or I'm sure you could just YouTube things. YouTube is a great resource for a lot of freebies too if you want to learn all kinds of things. My daughter and I learned how to make scrunchies on YouTube yesterday, and she sewed like 38 scrunchies yesterday. It was a little intense, but we got it made. So those are my freebies. Oh, also some of the Ivy League schools, Yale, Harvard, Brown, I think they're offering some free online classes right now as well. I'll see if I can find the link and I'll leave that below too. Prompt number 6 is keep it local. What are some cool ideas that are happening around you? Look around at different Facebook pages. Look around. I don't know if your neighborhood has a neighborhood. We have different apps that we use within the neighborhood that they've been sharing some cool things we've been doing. So I'll just talk about what we've been doing. In my city, there is a new Facebook page that was started that was called specifically for carry out and delivery. So it's a place where a resource you can go and figure out which restaurants are still delivering and offering carry out. And people have been posting then to that restaurant once we got it. Like last night we ordered fajitas from a Mexican place in town. Oh, they were so good. So we posted that just to kind of continue to support our local restaurants because I think they are really hurting right now. And so it's a really great place that we can still support them, but in a very safe way. My local neighborhood association, I don't know if it's neighborhood association. I think it is, maybe. I don't know. We have a page. We are doing scavenger hunts for the next month. So each week is a different theme. So last week was dinosaurs. This week is flowers. So I have flowers printed off. The kids are coloring them right now. We're going to hang them in the windows, and kind of whatever you interpret the theme to be, mainly with drawing pictures and putting in the windows. And then you kind of, as you take a walk, if you get outside, see how many neighbors have participated in that. As well as there's the chalk walk challenge that I also saw out there it seems like everybody, at least around here, has been getting outside. And we have not had the best weather yet. People just need to get outside. So we've been encouraging people to take some sidewalk chalk with them and write either encouraging messages on the sidewalk or decorate somebody else's sidewalk or on the trails. We have a bunch of trails around here. So we did that last week and we wrote different messages and symbols and stuff like that on the sidewalk, which was super fun. And then also check out if you have like any local art type, like come in and paint your own pottery or any of those types of places in your city. In ours, we had one, and they put together art kits for at home. Our local bakery shop put together decorate your own cookies as well as decorate your own donuts, little kits to take home as well. So highly encourage you to look into what your local establishments are offering for you guys and to try to support as much as you can in a safe way your local businesses because they need it. They need it right now. All right, prompt number 7. What are you doing to keep the humor? Number one thing that we've been doing, at least I've been doing with my book club friends, is we've been having virtual happy hour at least once a week. It should be more. We use Skype, FaceTime, Snapchat has a group video type capabilities I've used before, as well as, what's the other one? Zoom. All different ways. Majority of them are free. I don't know about Zoom for sure, but the rest are free. To be able to still have that social interaction that a lot of us still crave and want to know and make sure everybody's good and just check in on people and have a cocktail. Why not, right? Have your little virtual happy hour. I think the last time a couple of us were working on puzzles as we were just hanging out, you know what I mean? Another thing we've done with some people is we've got a group chat going as well as group Snapchats going, just again so you can have that little touch base as much as you need it throughout this time and have some fun with it. We share a lot of funny memes. There's some good ones out there. It's good. And then my last one is I found some fun song parodies. It didn't take long for those to come out right. So my favorite one is by Bare Naked Ladies. It's after the song 1 week. I'll leave it below. I've listened to it probably more times than I really should. All right, and then my last category, number 8, is Boredom Busters for kids. So a few different things I've been doing. There's a Lego challenge, a 30-day Lego challenge. Again, I'll leave that link below, where there are different prompts each day for the kids to go and build something out of Legos with it. So Max has built a rocket ship. He's built a snowmobile, a tree house. What else has he done? He's got a few. but they're super fun, and I love how it's written like NASA really needs you to build a rocket to get you to Mars. So it gives a little more into it. It's fun. I've also created a number of bingo boards. So Emily and Riley both have bingo boards. They're reading challenge bingo boards. And so the more bingos they get, the more, if they get a full blackout, I'll take them out for ice cream or something like that. But like read in your bed, build a fort and read out loud, read to the pets, read outside, read a book your sister recommends, read a book you've read already, something like that. So just trying to get them to read a little bit more, as well as I have come up with a number of journal prompts for the kids to kind of write about what's going on right now. So it fulfills their writing requirements for school because we are virtual schooling right now. But also, again, it helps me to get my thoughts and feelings out, and I want to make sure that they have a way to kind of write down and record what is different, because they're living through this from the perspective of a child, and I think that's a really cool thing to save for the future, so that we can look back and be like, oh my gosh, look at everything stopped, and here's what we learned, and here's how we felt about it. So all I did to find those journal prompts is I just Googled and looked on Pinterest and kind of compiled a bunch. I have, I don't know, probably 15 of them here that I just kind of write down on a daily basis for them. So if I think about it, I'll type those below as well, just to get them journaling about it. For Max, I just tell him to draw me pictures. So draw me pictures of what it looks like to wash your hands. Draw me pictures of the fun things we're doing. Draw me a picture of what you miss. So something like that to just kind of get them thinking about what's happening. And then that will go in the little bin and box with stuff that they have from growing up. So, but yeah, that's our little spread resources tag. I am going to purposefully tag Vicki from chapter 32 because I'm sure she has some awesome ideas. Who else do I want to tag? I will say Krista from Books and Jams, but I'm assuming Sarah's going to tag her, so we'll do that. We'll go with that. And then anybody else who wants to do this, because let's just see if we can spread this around as much as possible. I highly encourage it because I think we could really come up with an amazing amount of resources and some fun things that we could partake in as we are staying safe and staying home. So yes, comment below, do the video yourself, and comment below and leave it below so I can take a look at it and share it, and I would love to see it. Otherwise, hop over to Sarah's channel, see what she has to say for this tag, and we'll go with that. So like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff, and I'll see you next time. Bye.